Today I'm going to be telling you about someone very important in my life. This person is my father. My father inspired me throughout my life time and time again. He has taught me many different things about making the best out of my life. Around 15 years ago, my dad took a test that showed his life expectancy. He was around 45 at the time, and at this point he had already outlived his dad, who died at 43. So it was still a good thing. He had still lived a pretty long life, but he was somewhat out of shape, and he wanted to see what the test would show. When he took the test, it said that he really only had an expectancy to live about 10 more years if he kept on at his current rate. Now, this was again, like I said, 15 years ago, so he's came a long way. But during this time, when he heard that news, it inspired him to change his life. It was almost as if overnight he completely changed. He started eating way better and exercising and just trying to deal with stress in healthier ways than what he was doing before. He really became a person with a one-track mind. That one track was only focused on improving his life. As he continued to get in better shape, he also signed up for a marathon. Now, we all thought at this point he was pretty crazy, or that he had become a madman, because he still wasn't in great shape, but he was running a bit. And he didn't let this stop him at all. Even though we were worried about him doing a marathon at 45, a little bit older, and then also being somewhat out of shape still, we didn't know if it was the best idea. But he ignored us and he hit the ground running. He started training even harder and eating even better, as if we thought it couldn't happen. And he ended up completing the marathon. He struggled throughout it, but he did complete it. And this was one example of not letting other people stop you from achieving whatever your goal is, or achieving some kind of accomplishment in your life. And he didn't even stop there. He continued on improving his life. From that time, after his first marathon, he's done 14 different marathons. He's done a bunch of different he got into triathlons, where he did 3 Ironman triathlons, which are more, it's a bike, run, swim, and that was really crazy. But that was after he got into really good shape and kept on training. And all this, as a kid, I always kind of thought he was crazy. I was like, even though I saw him really improve and saw him completely change his life around, I was like, why are you putting yourself through this? I get you exercising, that's one thing, but to take it to this whole other level, I was like, what's the point? What do you get out of it? And I also, as a kid, I didn't understand why he always told me God helps who helps himself. He always told me that. That was one of his famous go-to lines when I was a kid. And I never understood it until I got older. I realized that what he was saying is that taking initiative and basically, not letting other people stop you throughout your life, and achieving your goals was a big thing that I needed to learn in life. As a kid, you don't really understand that, but I learned to appreciate what he passed on to me, the values he passed on to me, by watching him complete all of these goals in his life. It wasn't that it got him anything big. He was never a professional runner or biker or anything like that. It was just the idea that he would set a goal and he would go after it, even though it was crazy and it wasn't really going to help him in any other part other than staying fit. He went after it. And as I've grown older, I'm not going to say that I have completed any of the stuff like him, but I've definitely learned to keep myself in better shape, and take better care of myself, and find healthier ways to deal with stress. And overall, basically the main point of what he wanted to teach me as a kid, and also he also did this stuff to keep him in shape and keep him alive longer, to stay with us. But one of the main things that he wanted to teach me with these things was that sometimes taking the harder path in life, in the short run, makes life better in the long run. And again, as a kid, you never appreciate something like that. You're like, no, you're crazy, and I don't understand, or it doesn't make any sense. But as I've grown older, I've definitely learned to appreciate it, and he's taught me a lot about life.